Hi, this is Jason from Horrific Nightmares, and it's Saturday, Slashback Saturday. This is the segment created by my good buddy, Joe the Horror Man, where he picks a theme, and we watch a slasher movie based on that theme, and do a review. Now, this week, it's SOV Horror, and this week I picked Venus Flytrap. Now, Venus Flytrap is a 1987 film which runs approximately 64 minutes, so it's a fairly short watch. And it's directed by T. Michael. I couldn't find anything on him. This was the only thing that he directed. He did write a couple episodes of, I believe it was Star Trek Deep Space Nine, maybe? Something like that. Now, this stars Michael Capilupo as Wimp. He was in 12, The Chair, and Steal This Movie. Kevin M. Glover as Rod. He was in Standards of Living, Sojourner, and Jack's Back. And Henry Harris as Danny. He was in West of Here, Men of Honor, and George Washington. And finally, Steve Males as Turk. He was in Delta Delta Die, which I believe is a full moon movie, Birthright, and Fatal Games, which is actually a favorite of mine. Now, an interesting thing about this film is they have a game of strip darts in this film. In an earlier draft, it was supposed to be strip poker. Yeah, not that interesting, but kind of interesting. Now, the story on this is very, very similar to House on the Edge of the Park, which I noticed right away, and it pretty much plays out kind of like House on the Edge of the Park. You have three thugs led by Turk. He's a real jerk. They didn't break into a record store. It was closed. The girl conned her way in, and they rob a record store. While they're in there robbing it, a few rich kids come in and steal a couple tapes. And as they're stealing the tapes, they kind of invite the thugs to a party that they're having. Sound familiar? So when they get back to the party, the thugs are, of course, acting like thugs and beat up the one guy named Rod, I believe. They play a game of strip darts where one of the guys gets humiliated, and they play like a game of Russian roulette where Turk, of course, who brings a gun to the party, takes the bullet out and humiliates the people who are playing it. It plays out, like I said, exactly like House on the Edge of the Park. Now, I didn't really find this one to be a slasher, which was going to give me a problem because, of course, this is Slashback Saturday. But then at the end, I don't want to say what the end is, but you do have some slasher type elements to it. Now, this, of course, is a Massacre video release that my good buddy Hobbs sent me, and this actually may be my favorite shot on video horror movie. I had a complete ball with this one, probably because I've always been a big fan. Well, not always, but I've pretty much been a big fan of House on the Edge of the Park. Now, this does have a reversible art cover, which I believe is the VHS cover, if I'm not mistaken. Yeah, this one's a good one for me. If you don't like shot on video horror, you might want to stay away from this one. But I really, really enjoyed this one. Now, originally I was going to do Boarding House. I watched Boarding House, and I'll admit I wasn't in a very good mood when I was watching it. I wasn't feeling great because it was Halloween night. All day I hadn't been feeling well. And for some reason, it just didn't gel with me. So I'm going to watch it again. Hopefully I'll get a different response. But like I said, I was originally going to do Boarding House. because I'd been really wanting to see it, but yeah, decided to grab this out of the pile and watch it and see if I liked it any better than Boarding House, and this movie is fantastic. This is a definite recommendation. Definitely check this one out if you get a chance. And don't forget to see what Joe picked and what our theme is for next week. And if you like what you see in here, hit that like button and subscribe. And until next time, peace.